Climbing steep hills can really terrify and be difficult for a lot of riders. However, I find that using the right techniques, they can actually be a lot of fun. So today, we're going to check out how we can turn our hill climbing into good fun. So first up, you need to have a bit of a think about what you're doing. Don't just charge up the hill willy-nilly. Stop at the bottom of the hill and have a look at what's going on. And if possible, watch other riders going up the hill. You might pick up some tips from them. We're looking for the smoothest line up the hill, and we're looking for obstacles that we can see that we should avoid on the way up, because they're the sort of things that are going to bring you unstuck really quick. So we're looking for ruts, sticks, logs on an angle, big rocks, corners, anything that you think you might need to take into consideration when you're going up the hill. If the hill is really, really gnarly, it might be worth considering taking a bit of a walk to see if that can help you. Most hills are best taken sitting unless it's really, really rough. It gets really tiring for your arms to hang on if you're standing up a long hill. That said, if you come across really rough sections, you're going to need to stand up and use the suspension in your legs to help maintain control. Make sure though that your weight is a little bit more forwards than usual to help prevent wheel stands. The other thing you can do to stop wheel stands is be prepared to slip the clutch a little bit whilst maintaining the throttle use, because that'll tend to bring the front back down. It's important to look ahead to where you want to go, not where you're going. Gear selection is going to depend on the hill, how rough it is, how steep it is, what the traction's like, the road surface. Generally, first gear is not suitable. It's too slow and doesn't allow you to maintain sufficient momentum. On almost all bikes, it should be second gear or above when climbing hills. If you find that you're losing a bit of momentum and a little bit of power and you're thinking about changing down a gear, quite often it's worth considering just slipping the clutch a little bit. That allows you to feed in a little bit more power, and staying in a higher gear allows you to maintain that momentum and drive up the hill and often get you over the top. It's important to use smooth throttle control and not snap the throttle on and off, because that'll cause wheel spin and a lack of momentum. You've got to keep driving forward, and to do that, you need to be on the gas the whole time. If you lose momentum, it's important not to panic and look down right in front of the front wheel like a lot of riders do. I want you to continue to look ahead, reapply the power smoothly, slip the clutch a bit and try and drive forward up the hill. Be confident at all times. If you come across obstacles such as logs or rocks or rough surfaces partway up the hill, it's important to maintain throttle use to power over the obstacle. If it all comes to a grinding halt and you have to stop, it's important not to panic. You should remember that if you leave the clutch out, the bike won't roll backwards. So whatever you do, don't pull the clutch in, because you'll tend to roll backwards out of control. Remember also that the front brake won't be much good at stopping you going backwards downhill. So you've got to keep control of that clutch. If you have stopped halfway up a hill, most times I find that it's better to turn around, go back down safely and have another go, rather than trying to take off from partway up a steep hill. Otherwise you just end up sitting there wheel spinning and getting out of control and damaging the track. If one of your mates gets stuck halfway up a hill, don't just laugh at him. Offer some assistance and guidance if he's a newcomer, and consider walking up the hill to give him a hand. If there's a group of you riding, remember to leave a safe distance between you and the bike in front. You might avoid getting some rocks or roosts thrown up, which can throw you offline or injure you. So overall, it's important to not rush at a hill and to plan your ascent. Make sure you're in the right gear, be seated, use smooth throttle control, consider the use of the clutch to maintain momentum, be prepared to stand up if you come across rough sections, look ahead to where you want to go and be confident.